How are you today?
I'm good.
The first obvious question is, you're back. Is that safe to say?
It is. Yeah. I got stabbed. That's right. At the end of episode 20, but I was in the hospital, so I survived.
And obviously, coming out of coma, what do you think she's dreaming about when she's in the coma? Her brother,
God,
perhaps?
who knows what twisted things she's dreaming about, right? The whip. Like, whenever she can get that whip back in her hand again, that's probably what she's dreaming about.
Nice. Do you, after going through the season, the fan reaction to your character, she gets a lot of love for, a villainess, essentially. Yeah. So how do you feel about that?
I mean, great.
Obviously.
I guess that's what you want, I think just because she's so tough and powerful and her weapon is so unique, and she's mysterious and you never know what you're going to get with her. So I understand why people like her.
Do you think, were you at all surprised, though, with the amount of love that she's gotten?
No, because
she's strong.
I'm not giving myself a compliment here, but I just think that the Batman world is as much about the villains as it is about the heroes. Yeah. So I think, you do love the villains. You love to hate them. So no, I'm not that surprised that people like her.
So, going into this new season, what were you prepared to do with this character? I mean, does it get worse for her? Does she actually get worse to other people? Is she going to get nicer?
I don't know. We're starting to shoot in a week for season 3. I can only imagine what they have in store for her. I can't think of what they're going to do, but that's what's so exciting is I don't know what's going to be next, and it's just about staying open and flexible to whatever's going to come.
It would be fun to see her maybe even a little meaner.
Yeah.
I'm going to say.
Well, right. Okay, so, now that we've established Tabitha and who she is and her backstory, it would be nice to see her evolve into Tigress, maybe a bit more, and I think she could get even more intense when that happens.
Right.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
The funny thing too is the arc in the second season. The levels of kind of other villains who come in and kind of step it up a notch. Mm-hmm. And the way she still maintains quite a lead in my mind in terms of where she stands amongst those other villains.
Yeah.
She's often taking out some other villains.
Yeah.
Did you have fun with that kind of moments on screen?
Yeah. Oh, you mean like the physical?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's, how often do you get to do that kind of thing? I mean, I've always been athletic my whole life, and so the opportunity to be able to use that, get to do some incredible stunts and work with cool weapons, and it's been really cool.
I assume it's getting easier too. Is some of it getting easier because you've been doing it now for this long?
Yeah, it is. I mean, it depends. When you meet with a stunt coordinator and you start to go through it, sometimes some of the sequences are incredibly hard to nail down, and sometimes it's really straightforward. It just depends on what it is.
Right.
Yeah.
Do you think that she's... Are we going to see, I guess it's unfair to ask, but, is she going to have maybe more love? Is there room for that for her, do you think? What you hope, I guess.
As far as relationships and stuff? Sure, I think there's potential for that. I think she probably has some kind of real feelings for Barbara and for Butch, so... I don't know. She might be in sort of a tug war between the two of them, or is she still just messing with both of them?
Right.
Who knows? Which,
either way is fun for different reasons, I suppose.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you, in terms of actually, the relationship with her brother and how it went, do you think she's still conflicted about it, or do you think she kind of cut clean in terms of it was all him?
I would be surprised if there isn't some sort of residual effect from that relationship, and the fact that he came back from the dead and then in her mind, and then was killed again so quickly and taken out of her life. I assume there'll be some sort of residual feelings about that.
And certainly it seems hard to believe that we've seen the last of Azrael.
Right. I mean, he was blown to smithereens, though, so I don't know.
Unless there's some copies of him out there, maybe?
Maybe. I guess
that bus
with
is
the
pretty
Indian
full,
Hill,
right?
yeah, you never know.
What was your favorite part of doing the second season? Was there a moment that really summed it up for you?
I think it was the action, the physicality, mixed with just the unpredictability. never knowing what I was going to be doing,
Right.
keeping me on my toes like that. That's a dream as an actor.
Right. And I guess the dream must, I mean, do you sometimes hope for more of one thing versus another? Do you hope for more like grit, or do you hope for more action, or do you just want a nice mix of both?
I want a nice mix of both. I think it would be nice to get some more acting stuff this season. Maybe explore her relationships with people a little bit deeper.
Right.
I would love that. So we'll see.
We'll see where it goes.
Yeah.
I guess the arc of how she interacts with Jim is always interesting to me too, because I mean, it's you don't expect it. You don't expect how she's going to deal with him. I guess for me at least.
Okay. I mean, I really only had that one scene with Jim.
I guess
that one episode with Jim.
Well, but I mean, even the way it goes throughout that episode, I guess it wasn't what I expected. Did you were you blindsided by that?
In terms of?
Well, I mean, there's a certain nice factor, the fact that she's a little nice to him. I mean,
yeah, sure. I was surprised by it. I think that was. I think the reasons behind that, though, were she needed to use him in order to gain access to her brother. She knew how dangerous he was, and she wanted to have an opportunity to get through to him, and so that was sort of more convenience than anything else. I can't imagine that their relationship is going to stay friendly going
Well, that's
forward.
what I wondered, because I can't imagine that if she's back this season that there's going to be any happy vibes.
No, I think that was a one-time deal, one-time truce type of situation.
And, otherwise, in terms of, like, dream stuff this season, do you have something you really want to see her do?
I would like to see her get into her mentorship with Selena, because I've heard rumors that might be a thing.
Right.
I get to work with everyone, really. I love working with Robin, so I hope I get to work with him more. More action would be great. Maybe a new outfit. But I don't know. I'm just open to whatever comes.
Certainly we're dying to see what happens with Penguin. I mean,
he's incredible.
No love lost there.
No.
But that's the best part.
I know, yeah. He's great. Robin's incredible, so
cool.
I can't wait to see what he does.
Well, thank you very much.
Yeah, nice talking to you.
Nice talking to you too.